What's up, guys? Putting my seatbelts on because safety first. Just finished up at work. We've been talking about work as worship, so I just got done with some worship. At the end of this job, I have to empty 3 trash cans that are in their like outdoor patio area for their cafeteria. And that's my least favorite part of the job. People love sushi, which is raw fish. And raw fish that sits in a trash can outdoors here in Hawaii. It's 90 degrees right now, says my car, is disgusting. So I worshiped unto the Lord today by taking that trash out as the last thing I did. And then I washed my hands real good. So there is that. So I entitled this one, Fear, Vulnerability, and Values. Hey Nikki, thanks for saying hello, thanks for watching. Yeah, fear, vulnerability, and values. Fear, I think a lot of times we have fear to start things, and then maybe fear even while doing, and then I think we also have fear afterwards. So while I was cleaning after I shot that Facebook Live, I just had a lot of wondering if I was too vulnerable. Did I say too much? The interesting thing about live is it's live, right? You can't take it back. And I really like the live format because I shot that video for our email update, and I probably did like 3 or 4 takes of that, maybe 3 takes of that. And with live, there's no do-overs. So that is interesting. But yeah, was I too vulnerable in that? I mean, the live format kind of, you end up externally processing and kind of stream of conscious talking. And I was talking about not really liking evangelism, right? That's a pretty vulnerable thing to say, saying I didn't really like to talk to strangers. And maybe if I'm completely honest about it, maybe there's even some fear there. There's fear of rejection, right? You don't want to talk to people. So yeah, that's interesting. Fear, vulnerability. I really believe that vulnerability is a super important thing that we need to be doing in the kingdom. I think there's other people leading in vulnerability, and I just think that the church should be the most vulnerable. We should be leading in this area of vulnerability. David Goggins, I listened to his book recently, Can't Hurt Me, and he was just talking about being vulnerable, and I was like, why isn't the church leading in vulnerability? And it's because it's scary. Being vulnerable is scary. So yeah, thinking about values as well, thinking about our comfort zones. I talked about in the last video being not so much afraid, because I've done tons of evangelism. It's just not something I enjoy. Maybe it's just because of that fear. I think I like it every time I end up doing it, because God shows up and does amazing things. What's up, Marshall? Thanks for saying hi. It's sunny. I guess the thermometer has adjusted to 86 degrees now, so don't know how much you can see out there of my view. Thanks for checking in and saying hello. Yeah, values. So anyway, stepping out of our comfort zones, really our values need to be the thing that pushes us outside of our comfort. I need to value strangers because they're created in the image of God. I need to value evangelism because that's how God's love is spread. And so my value for that being higher than my own comfort is what's going to lead me to go do the things that need to be done, that I say I value. And that's something that's huge, and that's something that I want to get after this year, is what do I actually value with my mind and words? What do I say that I value? And what do I actually value with my actions? So what's up, Brian? Thanks for checking in and watching. Just leaving work, talking about vulnerability, fear, and values. So, and I think in that process of examining our values and being self-aware to say, you know, maybe I don't actually value this thing with my life, with my actions, that's a scary thing too, and it's vulnerable to do that, and it's scary. There's some fear involved in that, but I think that's why it's super important just to have good friends. RK Marco Polo'd me after that video, and I just said, man, I need to value evangelism. I need to hang out with you more, man. We need to do it. And he asked me if I was still connecting with some of the homeless kids out on the west side on Tuesdays, and I haven't gotten back to that in the new year, just with all the travel and everything. And the kid we were connecting with, I'm not even sure if he's still out there. So I need to get back up there this upcoming Tuesday. And I think what I'm going to do is every other Tuesday, I'll go up to Barbers and connect with some of the kids in transitional housing there. And you know, that's not so much evangelism, that's kind of children's ministry, but there is some evangelical or evangelism components to that. But we really just connected with a small group of kids and just got to mentor them. And but RK has been feeding the homeless in Waikiki consistently for 7 years now, I think. Every Tuesday he shows up with 12 extra large pizzas, and they know he's coming, and he partners with people and is praying for people. He shared a cool story recently. It was his wife's birthday, and his wife really doesn't like it when people sing happy birthday to her, doesn't like that kind of attention, but she just said, if instead of singing happy birthday, it would be more honoring to me if you would allow me to pray for you. And she just had a line of people that allowed her to pray for them. I'm not sure those pronouns were correct, but I think you know what I mean. So that's really amazing. So they're down there feeding the homeless in Waikiki every Tuesday, and that's a great time for me to get down there and talk to strangers and share my faith and pray for people. So that's what I'm publicly committing to doing. It's interesting how just the accountability of Facebook Live happens. That just kind of slipped out in the last video of me saying I didn't really like evangelism, but it's something I know I needed to grow in 2019, and boom, we just, you know, need to plug in and have a plan. Having a plan takes the fear out of things. It's takes it out of chaos and into some order. So next Tuesday I'm gonna either go to Waikiki and connect with RK's homeless ministry, or next Tuesday I'm going to drive up to Barbers Point and see if I can connect with some of the kids that I had been connecting with previously. I probably just need to make a phone call and see if they're still up there or not, or if they've moved on or moved away. So there it is. Vulnerability, fear, vulnerability, and values. Our values need to push us out of our comfort zone. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hey Julia, thanks for checking in again. We had to take that original video down for some security stuff. Excuse me. Faye, if you're watching this later, thanks for the tip on Vicks. I actually use On Guard, which is an essential oil. I diffuse that, and we use oregano and On Guard. We could use some mint too. So I'll try to stay after that. So there it is, guys. Those are my thoughts driving home. 3 Facebook Lives today. I don't know if everyone's enjoying this or thinks I'm being a little extra, as the cool kids say, but it doesn't really matter, because I'm enjoying doing it, creating content. Gonna be pushing these to YouTube and try to create some micro content from that as well. So let me know if this has brought value to you. Just join in the conversation, comment, let me know if it's inspired any thought or if you have any questions. Really would love to hear from you, and I promise to do my best to make sure I respond to all those comments. So let me know what you think. All right, thanks guys. Bye.